Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us, and for this special figure showcase we're going to be looking at the Decepticon Onslaught. What we're going to do with this video, we're going to have a quick look at him in both of his modes. We'll have a look at his additional base mode, and for those of you who are unaware that the Japanese Takara version had the exclusive launch pad on it as well, I'll show you that and I'll show you how it works. We can also have a quick look at obviously him combined, and then I'll do the usual things, show you all the accessories that come with him. With him being a combiner leader, he's obviously got a lot of accessories, and of course I'll make you aware of a few things to look out for if you have to purchase one yourself. And then at the very end we'll have a look at the different types of packaging and the artwork that comes with that. I want to make a quick few thank yous to who helped me make this video possible. So we've got a couple of sellers. We've got Matt Barrett, John Bardette, and of course Chuck Lou from Artfire. Without them I couldn't have done all this, so thank you very much guys, and let's get started. So here we go. His name is Onslaught. He is the Combaticon leader. He came out in 1986 as part of Series 3 of the wave of Generation 1 Transformers. So him and 4 other Combaticons combined to form Bruticus, which is the large combined figure, pretty much in the centre of the screen on the top step. So as I've said, he has a robot mode, he has an alternate mode which is the bottom right, which is the, as I say, trailer, and of course he's got the base mode. What we're going to do, we'll have a quick look at him in his robot mode first. So here he is. Some people decide to put the big double cannons on the back of him there. I don't, and the main reason for that is just to differentiate him from Bruticus. So it is a blocky robot. There's good articulation on him though, really. I suppose you can move his arms up and down. His legs, although they don't go backwards and forwards, they go side to side, so you can still pose him how you wanted to, but obviously with it being a Generation 1 Transformer there isn't that much, not at all. Things to be aware of is that you can get cracking all around where the legs are, and that's just could be how people are overzealously transforming him, not pulling the legs all the way out before they start to move. It causes cracking in and around these areas here. But yeah, as I say, quite a basic robot, doesn't really do too much at all. You need to be aware of this chest piece. It doesn't necessarily have to have it. It does look a bit bland without it, and funnily enough this one here is missing the sticker off the front of it as well. So stickers play a relatively big part. You've obviously got them on his shoulders and on his legs, but while we're talking about accessories, you've got a chest plate, you've got a large gun, and then while I'm here we will go with the double barrel gun, which is there and on the back of Bruticus. You have a ramp. If I just grab this off here, because I want to show you what's important about it as well. So you've got the ramp, and you need to make sure you've got this little tab there, otherwise it won't, it's going to focus, there we go, otherwise it won't clip in to the base mode which you've just seen. And then of course with him being a leader for the combiners, you need the 2 silver fists, the 2 silver feet, and the large chest shield you can see at the front of Bruticus there. So that's a lot of pieces. So you've got 2, 4, oh, and the helmet, of course the head, the main head for Bruticus. So that was the robot. I'm going to quickly show you this. So this is the standard base mode that came with all the Hasbro versions, and you'll notice there's no launch at all, so people aren't even aware of this really, but there's nothing there at all. This was just how we received the figure in the UK and in the US, whereas, and I've deliberately left the gun off this, so I know there should be a gun there, but I've left it off so you can see this here. This is a launch, and this was only available on the Takara release, came out at exactly the same time, and what it means is you can take, I've got Swindle here ready, just pop him on. This is nothing like the Optimus Prime one, unfortunately. It won't shoot it miles, but you can see, oh, if I line it up properly without trying to block the view, there you go, it will shoot obviously the Combaticons off and down. It was just a nice little bonus feature that the Takara versions had. We didn't have one of them obviously. And the base mode, it looks quite good. It's very basic. I'm saying it looks quite good because you can connect it to Triptychon, you can even connect it to the Autobots base Metroplex if you wanted to, if you didn't have Triptychon. The other mode quickly to look at is the trailer, and again you can transport the Combaticons on the back of there as well. And again, this is where you can see these are quite loose, so be aware of that. If I was going to display him in robot mode, that would cause quite a problem. And again, the fact that these sometimes do get cracked and chipped there, and that's because they haven't been pulled all the way out to be able to transform him, so it's important that you're aware of that. Alright, let's just put this on top of here. So I've already said, you know, he was popular, he was one of the main characters in the latter series of the Sunbow cartoons. There he is. As I say, you've got the robot. So if we have a quick look at Bruticus as well, really, really good figure. He is, of course, the main torso in the middle, and that was the helmet I was on about. It just fits on top of Onslaught's head. Still a hugely popular character. Mentioned already, lots of remakes, even third parties are doing the same. So what we're going to do now, we're going to have a quick look at some of the different types of packaging. So I might as well start with the original. What we've got here, you have to excuse me, I've got no space. This has took ages to set up. There is the original Hasbro release box. So we've got the fact that it's C5, Combaticon number 5, and it says to collect them all. There's the artwork for Onslaught, and of course there's the transformation. Only thing that looks a little bit different is they've got a different coloured sticker for his shoulders, but that doesn't really make much difference. Spinning it round, 1986. There's the battle scene. There's your Titans and your bases, Triptychon and Metroplex. Lovely bit of artwork there. I'm going to grab the Italian version next, which, to be honest, oh no, see, these are all live, they're not edited. Here we go. This is the Italian one. This is slightly more battered up, unfortunately, but the differences that you can see here is that obviously they've changed the language, and they've changed his name. So they changed him to Destroyer. See, you can see the Gig logo in the top right hand corner, and then if I just come down as well, you can see it says Transformer as well. So that's what they were actually referred to and known as in Italy, so it's not a spelling mistake. That's what they were referred to. And of course you've got the different language. It's obviously in Italian. On the back, everything is exactly the same, except this one's just got a bit more of a crease. You can still get the robot points, you can still send off for everything. That's all exactly the same. We might as well now move on to two of the Japanese ones. So we've got the individual one first, and for those of you who are unaware, the D64, the D stands for Destron, which is of course a Decepticon. And then, I didn't touch this at the beginning, but I will do now. You can see there it says Scramble City. And in a nutshell, what this meant is that all of the limbs that form Bruticus, and in fact all of the other ones that were the other three combiners at the time, so your Defensor, Superior, Motormaster, sorry not Motormaster, Menasor and Bruticus, you could mix all the limbs. But before we go there, let's have a look at this. Look how beautiful that is. This is same year, it's the same Titans, but look, they've transformed them. That looks so much better. I love that battle scene. You've obviously got, as I say, the two Titans transformed. You've got Magnus in the background, Superior in there as well. Love that artwork. And hopefully now this is going to be on the back of the big box so we can see it in a bit more detail. It also mentions there the launcher, and funnily enough they've used Swindle as well. So yes, a Scramble City, basically Swindle could become an arm, could become the other leg, and you can even mix him up, as I'm sure we all did when we were kids, onto the other combiners as well, because it was quite hard to get them all initially. Right, this is a lovely, lovely box set. So let me just go back so you can see him. There we go, there's the artwork for Bruticus. And again, we've got D69. So the reason why it's different is because you've got 64, which was Onslaught, 65 is Blastoff, 66 Vortex, 67 Brawl, 68 Swindle, and of course 69 is Bruticus. So when I spin this round, there will be tech specs for all of these. There they are, all 6. Excuse the glare, I'll show them first. And then here we have an amazing battle scene again, much more detail, it's quite a bit bigger. Lovely box, lovely bit of detail, lovely artwork. And of course, funnily enough, we were discussing this the other day, that these are of course all drawn by hand or painted as they would have been all them years ago. Right, what we've got now on the next shelf down, these were the 1990s, so they still fell inside the Generation 1 continuity of wave of figures, and these were the European and Australasian, so they made it to Australia as well. So they're all still classed as Generation 1, and they were the classic reissues, so not KOs, just normal reissues. There's not one in here, but this is the English version, so the full UK English language, all 5 Combaticons. You've got a picture of Onslaught in very strange colours, near enough his G2 colours, but that's Onslaught there. And if we spin him around, not a great battle scene, to be honest. This is basically just advertising which figures they've got out. So you can see obviously a lot of the Autobot cars and triple changes. So you've got Astro Train, Jazz, Tracks. That's basically just advertising the figures that they reissued at the time. So this is the UK box, and this is where it gets just a bit crazy. So this one here, this one I'm lucky enough to say is mint in seal box. This is Onslaught, but then you've got French and Dutch languages. So obviously these are the European releases, and there you've got 5 hands, or is it from, no, that's German, isn't it? And then you've got the Dutch there for 5 years as well. This was only £4.99. Can you see that sticker there? £4.99. This was a right bargain. Whoever got hold of that at one particular time. The artwork is exactly the same, and that's lovely. There's no flap crease on that at all. So this was the French and the Dutch version, and then the final one, and I've saved it to last again, is the Spanish one. Luckily again, this one is mint in seal box as well, but what they've done with this, similar to what the Italians did, is they've changed his name. So he's now called onslaught, and again, here's all your language. It's all in Spanish, so 5 años, there you go, from 5 and above. Artwork's exactly the same, no different, just the languages. So US viewers may have not seen all of these. Obviously European viewers, they were available, toy shops like Woolworths and stuff in the UK, and obviously elsewhere in the other countries that they were home to. So very interesting figure. It's quite interesting, as I say, the fact that the Japanese had an initial totally different version of him, and then of course when they re-released him in the early 90s, they did 3. They're exactly the same boxes but all different languages. So very interesting figure, very, very popular. I'll mention it again now, right now, constantly being reissued. Myself personally, I've got him in Fall of Cybertron, Combiner Wars, and that's just the ones off the top of my head. I know obviously there's a few, there's a Revenge of the Fallen one as well, I'm sure, but fantastic figure, very well loved. Yeah, and of course the combined version. I hope you found this informative. I hope it brought back a couple of nice memories for the people who actually remember him. And of course, yeah, I hope it was educational for the people who've not seen all these different variants that you can actually get. So once again, everybody, thanks for subscribing. Thanks for your ideas and suggestions, and please take care.